Hello everyone, how are you? This is Ayashi Ma'am. Welcome to Swiflearn, India's most sincere learning destination for classes 1 to 10. So I am back with another new topic, which is statistics part 2. So I have already done statistics part 1. This is our statistics part 2. Before I start with my lesson, let me give you a brief description about Swiflearn for those who are new to this channel. At Swiflearn, we provide 100% live and interactive classes at the comfort of your home and according to your convenient timings. Here, in a single batch, we have a maximum of 6 students, so never more than 6 students. If you want, you can even opt for one-to-one tuitions as well. Here we have a dedicated academic mentor team who is going to track your progress and is going to guide you throughout your entire journey. Here we cover the syllabus as per the school exam schedule, and we also handle custom requests. Our key features include, at the end of every month, we are going to provide you with the detailed progress reports, and we are going to share it with your parents as well. Here you can take unlimited practice tests. So we do understand the importance of revision, the importance of practice. Hence, you can take unlimited practice tests. On every Sunday, you can also go for the Swiflearn Academic Test Series, which is the scholarship test of Swiflearn SATs. Here, we not only cover objective questions, but we cover subjective questions as well for your school exams. So quickly go to the Swiflearn website and book a free trial class today and enjoy the art of learning. For those who are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe to this channel and also hit on the notification bell icon, because on this channel we share a lot of knowledgeable videos on various other subjects, various topics that is really going to be helpful for you. So this is our statistics part 2. Objectives are, we are going to recall about statistics and its related terms, types of frequency distribution, learning frequency and frequency distribution. Okay, so let's just start. So first comes the definition of statistics. So already I have covered these things in details in my part 1. तो अगर आपने part 1 अभी तक नहीं देखा है तो part 1 में जल्दी जाइए, part 1 देख कर आइए तो फिर आपको ज़्यादा help होगा और and you will be able to understand in a very better way. Okay, so go to part 1 and watch part 1 if you haven't watched it. Anyway, let me do a brief introduction. Statistics is the method of conducting a study about a particular topic by collecting, organizing, interpreting, and finally presenting the data. मतलब क्या है? Suppose you are entering into a classroom, you want to understand about the different heights of different students. Okay, तो फिर आप classroom में जाएंगे, उसके बाद एक study करेंगे. किस चीज के ऊपर study करेंगे कि ऐसे ऐसे जो age group है, age group 4 to 5, age group 5 to 6, age group 5 to 8, ऐसे करके आप age groups निकालोगे और you will see that what is their heights, and the heights are going to vary, right? But with the help of this you will get an idea of the average height and everything. तो फिर आपने क्या किया? आपने एक particular topic के ऊपर जो भी डेटा था उसको कलेक्ट किया, उसको ऑर्गेनाइज किया, मे बी एक ग्राफिकल फॉर्म में, या फिर आपने ऑर्गेनाइज किया किसी टेबल में, अरेंज किया असेंडिंग ऑर्डर डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में, उसको इंटरप्रेट किया, उसके बाद फाइनली उसको प्रेजेंट किया. प्रेजेंट हम लोग कर सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ ग्राफ्स और विद द हेल्प ऑफ टेबल ऑल्सो, हिस्टोग्राम्स, बार चार्ट्स. आई होप यू हैव हर्ड अबाउट इट, राइट? तो यहाँ पर हम ये सब कुछ डिटेल्स में पढ़ेंगे. द एक्सट्रैक्शन ऑफ मीनिंगफुल इंफॉर्मेशन. अब क्या है, आपका जो ग्राफ है उससे तो आप कोई मीनिंगफुल इंफॉर्मेशन निकालोगे, है ना, कि इस एज ग्रुप में एवरेज हाइट हमको ये देखने को मिलता है ना. सो दिस इज द एक्सट्रैक्शन ऑफ द meaningful information. In the branch of mathematics, this is called as statistics. Okay. Data. What is data? A set of collected numerical factors. Observable information is called as a set of data. है ना. तो number form में आप जो भी information collect करते हो, जैसे कि I told you heights, or maybe you want to see at different houses a number of plants that have survived. ठीक है, तो ये भी आप collect कर रहे हो. So this is going to form your data that in house number 1 in their garden these many number of plants survived, in house number 2 in their garden these many number of plants survived. So here we are collecting the numerical data. एंड डेटा कैन बी कलेक्टेड इन टू फॉर्म्स, प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी। ये सारी चीजें मैंने डिटेल्स में पार्ट 1 में ऑलरेडी आई हैव कवर्ड, ठीक है। एक होता है प्राइमरी डेटा, मतलब अगर आप खुद जाके कोई डेटा आप कलेक्ट कर रहे हो, जैसे कि सपोज आपको कोई प्रोजेक्ट करना है ना, तो उस प्रोजेक्ट आपका कोई पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक के ऊपर है, तो उस टॉपिक के ऊपर आप बहुत सारे इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट कर रहे हो, तो फिर आप इन्वेस्टिगेटर हो, आप खुद ही इन्वेस्टिगेटर हो, तो फिर वो आपका हो जाएगा प्राइमरी डेटा। और सेकेंडरी डेटा मींस क्या, कि सपोज कोई डेटा किसी और ने ऑलरेडी कलेक्ट करके रखा हुआ है, आप उसको यूज कर रहे हो, मे बी सम सीनियर हैज कलेक्टेड सम डेटा, okay, and so it is already there present, the data is already there and you are using it for your project now, तो फिर अब ये हो जाएगा आपका secondary data because someone else has collected it and someone else is using it and you can use it for different purpose as well. अब आ जाता है variable, observable characteristics or phenomena of a person or object whereby the members of the group or set vary from one another. A quantity which can vary from one individual to another. For example, height, weight, right? All these they vary from one individual to another. Weight भी different होता है हम सब लोगों का, height भी different होता है, marks भी different होता है ना? तो ये सब हो जाएगा आपका variable. अब हम लोग आएंगे frequency. Frequency is a number which tells how many times a particular data appear in a given set of data. इसको example से समझते हैं. Sam's team has scored the following numbers of goals in recent games. So 2, 3, 1, 2 ऐसे करके these many number of goals he has scored. How often one occurs? तो अब इस डेटा पर देखिए 1 कितनी बार आया है? 2 times. So the frequency of 1 is 2. Here 1 has occurred 2 times. This one and this one. How often 2 occurs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That means the frequency of 2 over here is 5 times. So up definition paro, it tells us how many times a particular data, मतलब ये जो 2 particular data है appear किया है how many times? 5 times. तो फिर ये 5 हो जाएगा आपका frequency. Okay? All right. Next, see. Find the frequency in the following. The scores obtained in 20 throws of a dice are given to you. So 20 बार एक dice को throw किया गया है और ये सारे जो scores है वो सब recorded है. अब इसका frequency कैसे निकालोगे? मतलब how many times 1 has occurred? See, 1 has occurred 1, 2, 3 times. See, 1, 2, 3 times. So frequency of 1 will be 3. If I tell you how many times 2 has occurred, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 has occurred 5 times. That means the frequency of 2 will be 5. Then similarly 3 has occurred 3 times. So frequency of 3 will be 3. 4 has occurred 4 times. Frequency of 4 will be 4. 5 has occurred 2 times. So frequency of 5 will be 2. 6 has occurred 3 times. So frequency of 6 will be 3. Next, let's come to frequency distribution. अब हम इस frequency को कैसे represent कर रहे हैं? With the help of a list or a table or a graph that displays the frequency of various outcomes in a sample. Each entry in the table contains the frequency or count of the occurrences of values within a particular group or interval. मतलब, चलो देख लेते हैं इसका मतलब क्या होगा एक example के साथ, है ना? पहले इसको पढ़ लेते हैं. फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन शोज अस अ समराइज्ड ग्रुपिंग ऑफ डेटा. मतलब आप डेटा को ग्रुप कर रहे हो, जो अब हमने किया ना कि वो 1 has occurred 2 times, 2 has occurred 5 times. If you express that in a form of a list or in the form of a table, तो ही आपका फॉर्म हो जाएगा ये फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, है ना? ऐसा हो जाएगा. अब यहाँ पर हम लोग कुछ क्लासेस लेंगे. क्लासेस का मतलब भी मैं बता रही हूँ थोड़ी देर में, बस थोड़ा सा इंतजार कर लीजिए. सो इट इज अ वे ऑफ शोइंग अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड डेटा, नोटेबली टू शो रिजल्ट्स ऑफ एन इलेक्शन. तो और अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड डेटा को हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? ऑर्गेनाइज्ड वे में हम लोग शो कर रहे हैं. एग्जाम्पल्स क्या हो सकता है? टू शो रिजल्ट्स ऑफ एन इलेक्शन, इनकम ऑफ पीपल फॉर अ सर्टेन रीजन, sales of a product within a certain period, student loan amounts of graduates. Okay, now see example. Given below are marks obtained by 20 students in math out of 25. So 20 students have given the maths exam and out of 25, these are their marks. अब देखो frequency distribution table, बहुत ही simple. देख लो, सबसे पहले तो हम लोग निकालेंगे लोएस्ट मार्क है 12, है ना? तो 12 ये आ गया मार्क्स ऑब्टेन्ड, ये आ गया टैली मार्क्स, ये हो गया फ्रीक्वेंसी. मतलब क्या है कि 12 लोएस्ट मार्क्स. सो how many students have got 12? One student. For that we are writing the tally marks 1. How many students have obtained 15? So these are all arranged, you see, in increasing order or ascending order, right? 12, 15, 17 ऐसे करके 25 तक full marks. 15 दोनों बच्चों को मिला इसीलिए 2. 17 3, that's why 3, frequency 3. 19 5. So you know in tally marks we express 5 by this 1 2 3 4 and 5 is expressed by doing a this ऐसे क्रॉस करके. तो फिर इसका मतलब होता है 5. ठीक है, इसको हम बोलते हैं tally marks. So tally marks 5. 21 3 बच्चों को मिला है इसीलिए tally marks में 3, frequency 3. 23 4 बच्चों को मिला है इसीलिए tally marks 4, frequency 4. 25 दोनों बच्चों को मिला है इसीलिए tally marks में 2 और frequency 2. Okay, now let's see more about tally marks. When the observations are large, it may not be easy to find the frequencies by simple counting, है ना? तो शायद आपके पास है कुछ frequency which is 15, तो आप क्या ऐसे करोगे 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 करते ही रहोगे. तो ये तो बहुत, हम लोग तो statistics कर ही रहे हैं या फिर ये tables बना रहे हैं ताकि it becomes easier to study the data, है ना? तो इससे तो इजी नहीं होगा, इससे तो बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लग जाएगा. इसीलिए जब भी ये 5 कंप्लीट होता है हम लोग एक क्रॉस कर देते हैं ऐसे करके. तो ये हो गया आपका एक 5, दिस वन मीन्स अनदर 5, दैट मीन्स दिस इज 10 एंड दिस इज योर 15. देखो अब इजीली आप देखकर ही बोल सकते हो ये क्रॉस को देखकर कि दिस इज आवर 15. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाई टैली मार्क्स आर यूज्ड. Tally marks shows the number of times an object or data is repeating. Frequency के लिए ही हम लोग tally marks use करते हैं. अब आ जाता है grouped frequency distribution. See, 100 plants each were planted in 100 schools during one Mahotsav. After 1 month, the number of plants that survived were recorded as. अब 100 plants प्लांट किया गया हुआ है 100 स्कूल्स में और कितने सारे, ये जो आप डेटा देख रहे हो स्क्रीन पे, दीज मीन हाउ मेनी प्लांट्स हैव सर्वाइव्ड. ओके, दैट्स अ वेरी बिग डेटा. इसको देखकर तो आप कुछ भी नहीं समझ पाओगे, है ना? इसीलिए तो हम लोग टेबल में लाएंगे इसको. टेबल में अब ग्रुप फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में कैसे लाएंगे देख लीजिए. To present such a large amount of data so that a reader can make sense of it easily, we condense it into groups. इसको हम groups में डाल देंगे 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 90 to 99, है ना? क्यों ऐसा कर रहे हैं? Because our data is from 23. The lowest one, if you see, the lowest one will be 23 and the highest number over here is 98. Here you have 98 and where is 23? You yourself find it out. Okay, so 23 and 98, इसीलिए हम इसको ग्रुप में डाल रहे हैं 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 90 to 99. These groupings are called as classes or class intervals and their size is called as the class size or the class width, which is 10 in this case. So from 20 to 29 the class width is going to be 10, right? Okay, so these will be called as classes. In each of these classes, the least number is called as the lower class limit and the greatest number is called as the upper class limit. मतलब ये जो आपका क्लास हुआ 20 to 29 तक, 20 to 29 तक ये वाला आपका हो जाएगा लोअर क्लास लिमिट और ये वाला आपका 29 हो जाएगा आपका अपर क्लास लिमिट, राइट? क्लास साइज या क्लास विड्थ आपको समझ में आया? जैसे कि इफ इट इज फ्रॉम 0 to 9, 0 to 9 मतलब क्या? 0 to 9 मतलब 10, राइट? 0 1 2 3 4 5, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 मतलब 10 होगा, ठीक है ना? 9 मत कर दीजिएगा इसको. ओके, सो नंबर ऑफ प्लांट्स सर्वाइव्ड ये तो हमने एक ग्रुप में डाल दिया है, नंबर ऑफ प्लान सर्वाइव्ड, उसके बाद आ रहा है टैली मार्क्स, उसके बाद आ रहा है फ्रीक्वेंसी, फ्रीक्वेंसी में है नंबर ऑफ स्कूल्स। तो फिर नंबर ऑफ प्लान सर्वाइव में ये हो गया आपका क्लासेस 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, ऐसे करके 90 to 99। टैली मार्क्स देख लीजिए, फ्रीक्वेंसी 20 to 29 तक इतने सारे प्लान्स किन किन स्कूल्स में सर्वाइव किया है ना, द नंबर ऑफ स्कूल्स इन विच दीज मेनी प्लान्स हैव सर्वाइव्ड, okay, that you have to see, observe from the data, and you will see 23 is, sorry, it's 3, that's why we are putting the tally marks 3, 30 to 39, so 30 to 39 plants have survived in 14 schools, that's why 14, so this is 1 5, this is another 5, that means 10 10, and then 10 10 plus 4 is giving you 14. Got it? 40 to 49 in 12 schools. You know how to represent 12. 50 to 59 plants have survived in 8 schools. 60 to 69 plants have survived in 18 schools. See how they have represented 18. ऐसे एक हो गया ऐसे करके 5. फिर से ये ऐसे हो गया एक 5. So ये हो गया 15 plus 3 18. So this is now becoming easier to represent. 23 को represent किया है देख लो. So 20 कर लिया इन्होंने. पहले 5 5 5 करके 4 times 5 करके 20 हो गया, उसके बाद 3, तो फिर हम लोगों का आ गया 23. 90 to 99 you can see that it's 12, so 10 कर लिया, उसके बाद 2, that is 12, और total it is coming as 100, the total frequency. अब इस डेटा से what can you see? Presenting data in this form simplifies and condenses data and enables us to observe certain important features at a glance. आपको देखकर ही आप स्टडी कर पाओगे, आप कुछ conclusions इस टेबल से निकाल पाओगे, है ना? This is called as a grouped frequency distribution table. Here we can easily observe that 50% or more plants survive. देखो 50%. So from here you can see 50 plants, 50 to 59 plants survive, 60. मतलब ये वाला जो डेटा है ना, इस डेटा का मतलब है 50% plants or more than 50% of plants have survived in how many schools? 8 plus 18 plus 10, like that you have to do. See, it is becoming so easy. See, 8 plus 18 plus 10 plus 23 plus 12, that is 71 schools. So this conclusion became so easy now. Alright, let's play this video.
Hi, I'm Lucy, and in this video we're going to look at frequency tables. These numbers are enough to cause someone a headache, and there's only 200 of them. Lots of data sets have thousands or even millions of pieces of data, so we need to collect and record the data in tables to make it manageable. Thankfully, we can group this data into a nice neat table like this, which we could then easily put into a bar chart. Sometimes the data can be left as individual numbers, and sometimes it's easier to group it, like I grouped the exam results. So we have these ages. We can collect them into a frequency table by tallying. 16, 19, 20, 22, 19, and carrying on for all the data. Then add up your tally marks to get the frequency. And we have a completed frequency table, which is much easier to work from. I could have just as easily chosen to group the numbers into categories, for example. When creating grouped frequency tables, if possible, it's best to try and make the groups the same size. So let's go back to our exam results. These groups are different sizes. This one is 10, these are 14, and this one is 30. Let's try and make them more equal. We know the lowest mark was 22% and the highest mark was 100%. So the range of results is 78%. Now, because we have A star, A, B, C, D and E, so 6 groups, work out approximately how big each group should be by dividing the range by 6. We want each group to be about 13% in size. Starting from the bottom at 22. Add 13 is 35. So the next group starts at 35. Adding 13 each time, and then fill in the rest of the group at the end. We now have 6 groups that are pretty much the same class width. Here are some questions for you to do. Pause the video, work them out, and click play when you're ready. How did you get on? One final question for you to do. Create 4 equal groups or classes for this data. Pause the video, work it out, and click play when you're ready. Did you get the groups right? So that's the end of frequency tables. They're very useful for collecting data together to make it much easier to handle. We can then calculate averages or draw different graphs from them, like histograms, which we'll look at in another video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Comment below.
Okay, that was an informative video. Let's solve some questions. The blood groups of 30 students of class 8 are recorded as follows. Okay, so the blood groups are given to you. Represent this data in the form of a frequency distribution table. Which is the most common blood group and which is the rarest blood group among these students. Okay, so what will you do? Just write down the blood groups, that is A, B, O, AB, and then total. Frequency, just see the frequency. You can see A is coming 9 times, B is coming 6 times, and then O is coming 12 times. You know how to do the tally marks, right? These are the tally marks. Tally marks. And AB is coming 3 times, right? So what is the conclusion according to our question? You can definitely see that blood group O is the most common blood group, and which one is the rare blood group? Most rare blood group is AB, because the frequency is lowest, that is 3. Okay, that's how you can reach to conclusions. Now, types of frequency distribution. Frequency distribution is of 2 types, inclusive and exclusive. Let's see what is it. Inclusive method. Under this method, the classes are formed in such a manner that the upper limit of a class interval does not repeat itself as the lower limit of the class interval. मतलब ये हुआ कि suppose एक class interval अगर 0 to 5 हो, next class interval is 6 to 10. So this is the upper limit of the first class interval. It is not repeating itself anymore, right? Again 11 to 15. So here it is ending at 10 but starting at 11. So this 10 is not repeating itself. Okay? So whenever there are no repetitions, then we can call it as the inclusive type of frequency distribution. Now, let's come to exclusive method. This method is used for those series in which the upper limit of one class becomes the lower limit of the next class interval. That means it's like this: 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 20. That means what? Wherever it is ending, जहाँ खत्म हो रहा है वहीं से ही शुरू हो रहा है. तो एक क्लास इंटरवल में जहाँ पर खत्म हो रहा है 5 पे, नेक्स्ट क्लास इंटरवल में 5 से ही शुरू हो रहा है. तो 0 to 5, 5 to 10. ये भी 10 में खत्म हो रहा है और नेक्स्ट क्लास इंटरवल में 10 से ही शुरू हो रहा है. So 5 to 10, 10 to 20. Therefore, this will be called as the exclusive method. Okay. Do you know about what is a class interval? What is a class mark? What is class size? And what is range? Okay, let's go. Let's see. Class interval, the presentation of the data expressed into groups. These groups are called as the classes or the class interval. मतलब ये 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15. These are all class intervals when you are grouping them, right? And class limits. Each class interval is bounded by 2 figures called the class limits, right? Class limits also we have learned that if you have 0 to 5, then this one will be called as the lower class limit and this one will be called as the upper class limit, right? So 0 to 5, 5 to 10, these are all classes or class intervals. Okay, lower limit and upper limit, just now I told you. The lower value of a class interval is called as the lower limit and the upper value of that class interval is called as the upper limit. So if it is from 5 to 10, 5 will be called as the lower limit, and 10 will be called as the upper limit. Thus, each class interval has lower and upper limits. Okay, next, what is class size? Class size means it is the difference between the true upper limit and true lower limit of a class interval. That is called as the class size. Class size remains the same for all class intervals. सारे class intervals के लिए आपका class size same ही रहता है. मतलब अगर एक हो गया आपका 10 to 20, next it should be 20 to 30, 30 to 40, like that. And see, so if you do for the class interval 10 to 20, class size is 10, right? So 20 minus 10, that is going to give you 10. Okay, that will be the class size. Okay. Class mark. Mid value of each class interval is called as its class mark. मतलब class interval का जो mid value होगा उसको हम बोलेंगे class mark. Class mark is equal to half of upper limit plus lower limit. मतलब अगर ये वाला देख लीजिए, ये example for the class interval 10 to 20, तो फिर आपका upper limit है, sorry, लोअर लिमिट हो गया आपका 10, अपर लिमिट हो गया आपका 20. इन दोनों को हम लोग प्लस कर रहे हैं, हमको मिल रहा है 30, और 30 को हम लोग हाफ कर दे रहे हैं, तो फिर 30 का हाफ हो जाएगा 15. सो द क्लास मार्क विल बी 15. सो क्लास मार्क इज नथिंग, टेक द लोअर लिमिट एंड टेक द अपर लिमिट ऑफ अ क्लास, add it and divide it by 2, half it, then you will get it. Okay, adjustment factor, the difference between the upper limit and lower limit of the next class. Divide the difference by 2, the value so obtained is called as the adjustment factor. इसका मतलब मैं आपको जल्दी से समझा रही हूँ. यहाँ पर देख लीजिए 1 to 10 है ना, उसके बाद 11 to 20. So this is our inclusive form, not continuous है ना, ending at 10 and starting at 11. So what will you do? So from the next class interval, take this lower limit, that is 11, and take this upper limit from the previous interval. So 11 minus 10. Okay, simply do 11 minus 10 and then divide it by 2. That means 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 means 0.5. So here our adjustment factor is 0.5. अब इस 0.5 को लेकर क्या करना है, मतलब इस 1 से, okay, in a class 1 to 10, from the lower limit subtract this adjustment factor, and from the upper limit, in the upper limit add this adjustment factor. So 1 minus 1.5 will become 0.5, and 10 plus 0.5 will become 10.5. And again for the next one also same thing, adjustment factor is 0.5. So 11 minus 0.5 is going to give you 10.5, and 20 minus 0.5, 20 plus 0.5. Okay, so from the lower limit we will subtract, to the upper limit we will add the adjustment factor. So 20.5. ये हो गया आपका frequency. तो इससे फायदा क्या हो रहा है, फायदा यही हो रहा है कि हमारा जो डेटा है वो continuous form में आ रहा है ना, ending at 10.5, starting at 10.5, ending at 20.5, starting at 25. That's why this is the advantage. Okay, the class limits obtained after the adjustment, मतलब यहाँ पर जो लिखा हुआ है marks after adjustment, ये वाला part, ये वाला जो class limits आपको मिल रहा है, these are called as the actual class limits or the true class limits. Okay, so these are called as the actual class limits or the true class limits. The actual class limits are also called as class boundaries. Okay, so these actual class limits you can also call them as the class boundaries. Easy? Okay, next come to range. The difference between the maximum value and minimum value of the observation is called as the range. Consider the case when the maximum value is 24 and minimum value is 0. तो range क्या होगा, maximum minus minimum. तो maximum आपका है 24, minimum has 0, so 24 minus 0 equals to 24. This 24 is going to form the range. Cumulative frequency, the total of a frequency and all frequencies so far. Okay, so it is the running total of frequencies. Example देख लीजिए तो फिर आप समझ जाओगे. देखिए, Jamie has earned this much in the last 4 months. मार्च में $120, अप्रैल में $50, मई में $110, जून में $100. Okay, then what is happening? So cumulative frequency, how will you find it out? Simply for the month of March it's $120. Okay, for the month of April take this 120 and add this 50 also. So 120 plus 50. So whatever is your previous one plus the current one, add them. So you will get 170. For the next one, what will you do? take this 170 and add this 110 also. So 170 plus 110, 280. For the next one, what will you do? 280 plus this $100. So 280 plus 100, $380. ठीक है? तो जो भी आपका past का जो भी frequency है और जो current आपका जो frequency है, उन दोनों को आपको ऐड कर देना है, बस आपको मिल जाएगा cumulative frequency. Do you know Carl Pearson, the founder of mathematical statistics, he has been credited with establishing the discipline of mathematical statistics. Very good. With the help of statistics, we can do so many things now. So what have we learned today? We recall statistics and its related terms. We learned about the different types of frequency distribution. We learned about frequency and frequency distribution. Here we have an extra time question. Just let us see. The heights of 50 students are given. Represent the data by a group frequency distribution table taking the class intervals as 160 to 165. 165 to 170, like that. And what can you conclude about their heights from the table? So see, they have drawn the heights. So 150 to 155. How many students? 150 to 150, right? Why we started it from 150? क्योंकि यहाँ पर lowest है 150, तो 150 को तो आपको include करना है ना? So 150 to 155. How many students you can see? So just count and then you can write it down. 12. 155 to 160. So how many times the numbers between 155 and 160 is occurring? So look at the data, count and write it down. 9. 160 to 165, 14, like that. 170 to 175, 5. Okay. So here we can see the conclusion. More than 50% of the students are shorter than 165, है ना? तो फिर यहाँ पर देख लीजिए are shorter than 165. तो 165 तक कितने सारे students हैं? यहाँ पर 12 plus 9 plus 14, right? And height equal to 165 or greater than 165, that is only 5 plus 10. ये last two rows, that is 15. That means what? More than 50% of the students are shorter than 165 centimeter, and this is the conclusion that we can reach from this table. Thank you so much for watching today's session. If you have any doubts, make sure to drop your doubts in the comment section and we will revert back. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel and share this video among your friends and family so that we all can come together and learn together. Okay? Bye-bye. See you next time. Take care.